What's up, guys? This is Aurelius here, and I'm here to clarify some terminology based upon LGBT people as of recently. There are three terms that I'm really going to clarify. I'm going to clarify why there's a sexual connotation to homosexual, bisexual, all these other terms. I will clarify why um other people care about trans people so much and why they shouldn't. Why they shouldn't even care about what category they fit in themselves. And then I'll also clarify the meaning of the word homophobia and people being homophobic. There's obviously an issue that people experience when they hear that word and they hear that word and they think that's not me because I'm not scared and I'm not like like a little bitch. Oh, I'm not scared. Oh, I'm not scared of those people. Well, I'm here to say yes, you are. All right, so I guess to start out with, I will not go in order of those things that I mentioned. I will start with the sexual connotation. This is a big problem that a lot of people experience. It's a very big misconception that a lot of people tend to have about LGBT people. The issue is that romanticism isn't really categorized in the term, and that the word heterosexual and cisgender aren't really used that much outside of the LGBT community. You know what this means? Yes, this means that the term gay, homosexual almost always has a sexual connotation because of how the word is used and how the word is made, and and the counterpart to that word pertaining to straight people is not used that often. It makes no sense why we have seen media over the years and years and years of men and women kissing, and then it's a problem when men and men do it and women do it, and then parents act like, "Oh, well, I have to explain it." Well, too bad. You're not going to explain the mechanics of how men and women have sex with people of the same sex or gender. You're not going to need to do that, really. They can figure that out. You you know like you don't need to you don't need to carbon copy your worldview onto people directly. You can tell them, "Oh, this is what I believe. This is why." You do not need to go as far as to talking about the sexual aspect of homosexuality. You really don't. And if you do, and if they're of that age, I can't blame you for it because people are already taught how their bodies work through puberty already. It makes no sense. I think that people should be informed so that they wouldn't be confused and they wouldn't be on the tic tac talking about what they think they are, what they aren't, what they are, what they are, what they aren't for years on end. Just save them the convenience and tell them what the things mean earlier on so they don't have to deal with that. I mean earlier on, as in junior high school. I really don't think it's an elementary topic. I think topics pertaining to treating like their peers with two dads as parents as a human is a good idea. If you're arguing with me about this, then I wouldn't know where you'd be standing. I really don't think you would disagree with this based upon how things work. I really think it's an emotional sort of thing. And I guess I'll go into my next part of the argument when it comes to trans people and how that's misinterpreted and how a lot of people think, oh, well, yeah, they're mentally ill. Well, yeah, gender dysphoria is listed as a mental disorder, and the best treatment for it is to enable people to transition. Obviously, they wouldn't completely pass as the gender that they are trying to look, 100% of the time, or really a high percent of the time. But realistically, they have more characteristics that we categorize under the opposite gender. So it only makes sense transgender. The term sex change operation really doesn't make that much sense to me. You're not really changing what you're born as. You can change some of the body parts, but not directly the biology, which I completely understand. And there's also nuance to changing your sex categorization on your driver's license, your passport, etc. And that's mostly because a lot of people would treat you worse. They would. And if you're passing as this gender, you look like it, people will not see your chromosomes. People will not see everything that you've been through. People will not see the changes that do or don't happen to your body. And it's not really their business. So I understand why the passports and the birth certificates would be changed. But it's still pushing the envelope a little bit. I will admit this personally. All right, so the third point, homophobia. This is the main point that I would love to argue with people. I think when a lot of people hate on a specific group of people, like in general, like that is quite literally a fear response. If you are angry, if you're shaking, if you need to fight something, that's a fight response off of a fear response. So yes, in that instance, you are homophobic, scared of gay people. I know that the etymology of the word doesn't directly make sense either because homo, as in man, as we went over earlier. So it's not really that you're scared of men, it's that you're scared of men who are into men, if that makes sense. But there's a fear response. You're scared of people around you being gay. You're scared of being gay yourself. You're scared of living in a world where almost everyone else is. I can't blame you for it, but you're scared of it because not only are you showing a fear response, but you repress those people. You really do. And I would go even deeper and clarify this even more where in general there are a good amount of gay and straight people that are pedophiles. Yes, I'll say this. But that does not mean that a vast majority of gay people or all gay people are pedophiles. This argument should fall flat on its face to most people, and it does. But this is a big clarification that I have to make because the term homo, man, not boy. Let me clarify this. Man, not boy. This is a big deal. I don't care about what your scripture says, okay? Because yes, I would actually agree with the interpretation that pedophilia shouldn't be allowed. But some people, they support that. Some people support Islam. And apparently Muhammad got with a 9-year-old. So, yeah, it's just another double standard set by a lot of people. People would bring up degeneracy, etc., and yet they're addicted to drugs. They're addicted to having intercourse with other people a lot of the time without being responsible. Hey, I'm pro fun in that regard. But if you're not doing your test based upon what infections you have that you can spread to others, and if you're not being responsible about how these things are being done, then yeah, I got a problem with you, gay or straight. I really do. I got a problem with you. Well, I mean, not really. If you're drug addicted, that's pretty much on you, and whatever happens to you, and not me. I couldn't care less about your health, but I kind of do, in a way. I kind of do. I don't want you to die, but it is what it is. And the thing about it is people have this fixation on things that isn't healthy. People don't focus on policy, they focus on how other people live their lives, particularly in America. This fixation on gender is what I would call the disorder. I think that traditional families are cool. I think that trans people are cool. I think that gay people are cool. I know. It's pretty hard to put me in any sort of box in that regard, but hey, it is what it is. You can't really judge people like that. But you know what we should also do? Is we should just do those things. We should just do those things and not care. Not have the fixation. I think there's a point where I'm almost gonna admit that, not even almost gonna admit, where at least as of right now, when it comes to understanding myself, I really don't think I'm gender fluid as much as I did before. I have a lot of masculine characteristics. I'm a very high in openness sort of person, so I tend to explore those feminine characteristics that I have much more than others do. I tend to just have those problems myself, and I think they can really just go away if I can just do what I want, wear what I want, represent how I want, look how I want, and the whole world can be falling apart. But if I'm me, then who cares? Yeah. So share this video, like, subscribe, share this video with the most homophobic person in your family, and let's see what they have to say about it. Because I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool for them to see it. I think it'd be cool for them to try to at least be exposed to my arguments. Because personally, I don't really do drugs. I don't really excessively have intercourse with others. I'm not one of those quote unquote degenerate people in that way. In some ways, I am, but not in the ways that not in the most important ways. It's not deprecating to my own health. It's not deprecating to others' health. So I'll say it is what it is and keep moving. Keep pushing it. So, I recorded this after the day after Pride Month. I probably should have uploaded during Pride Month. Haven't uploaded for 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean whatever. I'm uploading now. So, you know, I'll see y'all later.